Hey there, everybody. Professor Cloud here with our next episode of Jurassic World Evolution 3. We're going to continue our sandbox build in Kauai. I really enjoyed how things got started in Kauai in the last episode, so we're going to continue on with that. And as long as you all are enjoying Kauai, then we'll stay in Kauai. But if there is a preferred location that you'd like us to go to, then go ahead and let us know in the comments below, and we'll see if we can't make that change to a different sandbox location. I'm perfectly fine either way. Also, if there are some specific settings that you think you would like to see me put into my sandbox playthroughs, please feel free to let me know that in the comments below as well. In any case, let's go ahead and jump back into Kauai. We did get set up, I think, with our first two dinosaur locations, or our first two dinosaur enclosures. So let's go ahead and start from there, start building out. I definitely want to get a flyer in place. And I think I have to do some research in order to make sure that that happens. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have got our main location for the guests, main location for all of our scientists. We have the Compsognathus enclosure, and we now have the Lystrosaurus enclosure. I would like to put, yeah, I know, overcrowded. Let's actually really quickly, let's take a look. We have medium shopping amenities, but I don't think we are, oh no, our guest count is high enough, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and research wide path. That'll make everybody happy. And then, how are we, that's not what I wanted. I can't do flyers until I actually have the bay in place. Alright, so... how do I want to do this? I want to do this so that it's nicely connected to this area. First thing, though, is I am going to put in another restroom right here. Except for, of course, it has no power. Fine, we will run small power. Like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our restroom is now open.
And let's
to use
put
for
another
nature calls.
Shelter. Right. Let's put it right there. Okay. Alright, that's good. That way we can take the path this way. And I'm thinking about building the flyer enclosure. Yeah, we haven't unlocked it yet. Alright, so aviary domes are right here. Okay. And then, have we unlocked the aviary dig sites? We did.
Objective feels like a pretty formal word, but I think we should try and get this done.
An aviary consisting of at least 6 domes. Well, I was planning on doing that anyway, so let's go ahead and get that done. Works for me. This is the Kyujara, Dimorphodon, and Tapajara. Let's do the second one as well. Alright, I think we've got wide... Okay, there's wide paths. So let's do that now. And we want replacement on. I am going to change the path style. Let's go square tiles wide path. don't know that I necessarily like it, but it's different. It's something I haven't used before. We unlocked the next one, as well as the large amenities. Okay, let's swap out the small amenities for the large.
Creation is an act of sheer will. I don't know where I heard that from, but it really stuck with me.
Okay, let's go flyers. All right, let's do the Kaijara one first. Because if I remember correctly, the Kaijara will work well with Tapejara. So if I can get both of them researched and brought in, we can put them both in a 6-dome structure, which is what, of course, the contract requires. So I don't want to lose access to these waterfalls, though. I'd kind of like to have another enclosure around the waterfall for something of the smaller variety. All right, then I think what I'll do is I'll put them over here. Let's do open all shelters. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Wow, you're pretty impressive to see in action. Maybe I should be making notes on you instead of the dinosaurs.
Okay. I actually think I'm going to add one more dome like that, maybe. Like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then we need... Oh, we don't have the aviary viewing gallery. Okay, we got to unlock that. Okay. Got nope, we don't have any fossils. Oh, the expedition's not done yet, that's why. Well, and I'm probably going to want to run it again. Okay, close all shelters. All right, real quickly, now that we've got...
We apologize for any inconvenience experienced during our recent handling of anomalous events.
Okay. Let's do that again. Let's do that one again. Fossils. Nothing to sell. Is it 10? So 2, 4, or 6, 8, 10. Alright. I want to swap out the small amenities for the mediums, so let's go ahead and start doing that now. Which one's this? That's food. That's small, medium. Actually, you know what? Let's make sure that I'm still running the same demographics. Yep, same demographics. All right. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to leave it at bento sushi. Bags, booth seating, and fossil display. Alright, so that one's swapped. That's gifts. Let's do the drinks next.
We have eggs. Don't let them break.
Drinks. Okay. Change. We're going to go... Let's go energy drinks. And... That's you. Alright. Now we just need to swap out the gift one. And that I can worry about a little bit later. Oh, we've got eggs in both the Kyojara and the Lystrosaurus. Nice. Oh, they're still running. Speed things up a little bit. Still waiting for the expedition to come back. So far, I'm pretty happy with the way I've got things laid out. All right, there's the Kyojara. That's viable now. All right, really quickly, before we get too far into this. All right, expedition's complete. I wanted to look at Microceratus and the Rhizinosaurus. I don't think we have either one of those unlocked. Actually, I know for a fact we don't. What about the Kyojara? That's nest. Where are they?
Ladies and gentlemen,
they are so
we
small.
Are pleased to welcome a Lystrosaurus to the park.
Cohabitation preferences. Oh, we could put an Anki in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a
Stego too.
to the park.
That might not be a bad idea. Is put Ankis in here. We might need to extend the area a little bit, but aside from that, okay. Let's go back to fossils. We're almost up to 2 full stars. In fact, as soon as we put in our first flyer, we'll absolutely go to 2 stars. Wonder if I could turn this area right here into a marine section. The problem is I've never done a marine enclosure before. The campaign never got me to that point. So I don't know. Alright, let's look at some research. Ooh, 500 grand for the monorail. Oh, dig sites. I did want to look about dig sites. I'm looking for any of the ones that I just saw. There's the Rhizinosaurus. Medium herbivore dig site 3. We don't have enough logistics, though, to make it happen. Okay, there's the Microceratus. Alright, let's do that one. See if maybe we can't put them in with the Lystrosaurus. I think that would be cool. Alright, fossils are almost done. And the genome is complete. Excellent. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this synthesized. Modify. Fertility. Lifespan. Save and exit. Oh, there we go. Alright, we do need to add a ranger team.
Understood.
Add the MVU team. Alright, let's also look. We have new expedition maps, as I would have expected. Additional upgrade slots for specific buildings. It doesn't list which ones, though. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Because I do want to get a second MVU unit, if at all possible. Okay. We have some eggs. I'm going to have to do this twice. Otherwise, the population isn't going to be high enough. Wow, that's a lot of... Okay. Okay, that looks good. Actually, how are we doing on our scientists? Anybody close to... Alright, you're close to resting. Let's go ahead and... Oh, no, you're doing something. You're doing something. We'll have to wait. Oh, let me... Environment. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and put in some water. And then let's make sure that we put in... Piscivore feeder. Okay, there we go. I know, yeah, you always know that you're going to need the water and that you're going to need the piscivore feeder when it comes to flyers, so. Alright, what else research-wise? Dinosaur encounters, lagoon viewing gallery, not yet. We've got the aviary one. Building upgrades for viewing gallery. Alright. We don't have any large herbivore dig sites. So let's do one of those too. If we can. Because I think that's what we'll do next. We'll make that the next enclosure. Put a large herbivore maybe over here. Is what I'm thinking. Like along this waterfall. The only problem with that is they can potentially climb. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Okay, so we unlocked the one small... Let's go do see if we can't find an expedition for... the Microceratus, or whatever it was called. There it is, Microceratus. I want to send you to rest. Scientist. Well, I did. There it is. There you are. Okay, train. Put a point to genetics. And then rest. Alright, making 350k a minute. I like it. Very good. Oh, do we have any fossils
I can
left?
tell that you'll be as excited about this task as I am. Get out there and hit it out the park.
Building immune systems. Have juveniles remain disease-free for 5 continuous minutes. More. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. I think I can get that back. Yep. There we go. Alright, let's take a quick look at our economy. We still only have 2 species. We're getting ready to release a 3rd, so I'm not worried about that one. It'll go up over time. We need more shopping coverage. I didn't swap out the small shopping amenity for a medium, so let's do that now. Medium shopping. There we go. And this I'm going to make sure to put the top 2. Go.
Attention personnel.
Awesome.
Please stand by for the returning helicopter.
Task.
On my way for that repair.
Alright, we've got eggs. Slow down, because I'm going to release them. Make sure we get a nice view of it. Very nice.
Ah, the Kauai Jara. Or, as I like to market it, the Sky Shark, huh? Sure, I'm mainly saying that because of the impressive fin-like crest. And no, it doesn't have the, uber predator habits of an actual shark, but look, just no one say false advertising and we'll be fine.
Okay. And then we need some Baron. And a little bit of Arid. Okay, there we go. Very good. Let's take a quick look at who they like to share with Tapajara. Yeah. So if we can get Tapajara next, we can put them both in the same enclosure. That'll be good. Okay. So we did just get fossils. The Microceratus, they're going to go in with the Lystrosaurus, if I remember correctly. Alright, this will get us to what? 70? Okay, 76%. And we'll go with you. Alright, Tani, you need to go to rest next. Alright, let's see. Let's add logistics for you. And then rest. One of the things I need to look at for enclosures. Flying reptile nesting. We do not have that. Whoa, what do we... increase total flying reptile population to 4. Oh. Oh. Land hatchery upgrades. Medium electric fences. Before we get any bigger carnivores, let's go ahead and get this. Okay. Let's get that unlocked. Let's now set up for some more Kaijara. We don't have enough scientists with the right stuff. I have to wait. We're up over 2 stars though now, so that's good. Have we unlocked large hotels? No, we have not. Okay. Maybe I put a second small hotel. I think that might not be a bad idea. Increase our guest population. Alright, let's take a look at some other things. Alright, that's being researched right now. Medicines you don't really need to research until you're ready. Or until they have a need. Compatibility gene. Efficient metabolism. Positive temperament wouldn't be bad to research. Oh, let's speed things up. I didn't realize I had let my dinosaurs are fighting. I don't know how you can tell. They're all so small. I need to put another maintenance tower down.
Wow! At this rate, we'll need to add home to the world's most efficient park manager to the brochure. Nicely done.
Okay. Uh-oh. Avian pox on site. Select a dinosaur to learn how to cure it. Oh. Never mind. We're good. It's already been taken care of. Okay, so the medium electric fences are done. Large electric fences are now available, as you expect. Alright, resting is completed. New viable genome for Microceratus. We need to do another run. Okay, Hail. Wow, we've got a whole bunch that... Bamber needs to go first. Fossils from the expedition have been held up at customs. Secretly pay the local government and have the fossils released. Send a scientist to stay with the fossils and help speed up customs. 2-time remaining task time. Larry Carrizo. Delay the expedition significantly whilst the customs issue is resolved. You know what? I can afford the 100K. I didn't realize those were possibilities of things that could occur. It's kind of cool. I like that. Okay, the maintenance guy should be coming around here soon. Can we synthesize now? Yes. Oh, before I do that, let me send somebody on rest. Bamber, you. We'll go that. And then rest. Hale, I think we'll do the same thing with you. Appoint genetics. Rest. Okay.
I've got a task for you, and as a treat, I'm gonna let you decide how to handle it. Thank me later.
Have at least 450 general guests. Alright, the 7 dinosaurs with genetic modifications leave the hatchery in 10 minutes for the bonus, of course. Actually, this might not be that hard to do. the 10-minute part. I'm not going to get the bonus. You know what? I'm going to go with this one. Because I'm going to add that second small hotel.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your comfort,
Okay.
we've increased the
Oh,
hotel
and
capacity
great.
of the park.
Open all shelters. Tag on it. Well, this is going to prevent the 450 general guests in your park. Crap. All right. Yeah, fossils. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, good. Another 24. Yeah, this will max us out. We need 3. You're going to need to go on rest here soon. One of the things... We've got upgrades available, I think, in certain places. For the hatchery, let's go storm defense. Whoa. Yeah, I know what power is, thank you. Storm defense. Increase scientists and rest meter. Decrease the construction costs of the site by 20%. Increase scientist hiring fees. Alright, let's do that one. And storm defense. I am going to put storm defense on everything. Cheaper research. And storm defense. Very good. Alright, this is the MVU. This is the one that I want the extra... Oh, crap. Construct at least 4 operational vehicle facilities. Oh, I've only got 3. I've got the Ranger, the MVU, and the maintenance. That's why. Alright, I think I am going to increase... Yeah, let's do both the Staff Center 2 and Power 3. I want to be able to increase the output of the small power station so that I can hold off needing the medium one. Okay, emergency shelter can be opened. Closed, there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for any inconvenience experienced
Yeah.
during our recent handling of a
Game freaking threw a storm at me and it's going to prevent me from getting the bonus on my contract. Such bullshit. Did we already finish the fossils? Oh, we did.
Getting refueled.
Oh, then that means we've got the Microceratus available. All right, let me see if I can find one of the... I want to make sure that I've got this right. Yep, Microceratus. Okay, let's go ahead and... Really? We hit 400. I am not going to get the daggone bonus because the game went out of its way to screw me. Absolute bull. Daggone it. Alright, mods. this and storm defense.
Please stand by for a vehicle return.
Storm defense. Cheaper expeditions. Hatchery. Hatchery we already did the upgrades on. Can the amenities get... No, they can't. Okay. Oh, I can... Nope, wrong building.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for any inconvenience experienced during our recent handling of anomalous events.
Oh, we need to do Microceratops. There we go. Modify genome. Begin task. Wow, these guys are cheap.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hold on a minute. Have we... Dig sites. We need to... No. There's Kyojara. Oh, Tapejara and Kyojara are both under the same dig site set. Okay. We've got a large carnivore. I want a medium carnivore. Oops. Ooh, Medina needs to go rest after this. Okay, so we've got our Crap. Got our Microceratops eggs. We've only got 3. Yeah, we're gonna have to do more. Oh, that's right. I meant to do more Kyojara eggs. All right. Oh, I don't have any scientists available. And actually, I really don't have any scientists available because somebody needs to go. Yeah, Medina, you need... Oh, you're busy. All right, let's train you. I still haven't hit the 450 general guess mark.
The drones assigned.
I don't... I'm doing too many things. Okay, there's the medium carnivore dig site set. I really want to do large herbivore and then medium carnivore after that. Of course, I'll forget that by the time we get to the next episode, which is probably when that will actually get accomplished. Oh, well. At that point, that'll probably be a good time to put in a second ranger station and maybe even a second maintenance station, which then will allow me to finally get the mod to get a second MVU, which we'll definitely need. Alright, I think we might be able to do this now. Let me make sure nobody's gotten negative. Nope, everyone's got good traits. Okay. And they're going to go in with the Lystrosaurus. Okay, Medina, you need to go rest. Shoot. Alright, you're going to have to wait then, because Medina needs to go rest. Alright, we unlocked Power 2. That's not what I wanted. No, Power 3. Sorry, Power 3. We want to unlock Staff Center 2. I really thought adding in the second hotel was going to be good enough to increase our population, but it hasn't done it. Food, drink, and shopping coverage are good. Guest comfort, guest approval. Transport rating is really the only thing that's missing. We are getting to a point where I'm going to have to unlock monorail, and especially if I do a large herbivore enclosure here and a medium carnivore enclosure over here, we're going to, at the very least, need a monorail that can run from here down to here. And then maybe even another one over to here for the scientists. Alright, so we unlocked that. So that should give us the ability to do 2 upgrades per scientist rather than just the 1. Okay, release via airlift.
Asset requiring collection.
Okay. Second set of Kauai.
Asset transportation underway.
Alright, is there another scientist that I need to send? You? Nope, you're busy. Yep, that's it. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a...
When people think of dinosaurs, they tend to imagine animals of a certain size. And yes, most dinosaurs are at least bigger than modern animals. The Microceratus is different. But don't let its small size make you underestimate it. They are still dinosaurs, with all the dangers that implies.
Alright, let's put in a little bit of water.
A juvenile entered this site, you cared for it and nurtured it, and now it has reached adulthood. You should be proud of your great work.
Okay, it needs some grassland. There we go. Alright, we got both Lystrosaurus and Microceratus in the same enclosure. And we won't have any problems with room because they're only the size of what, 1 foot? If that, they're teeny tiny. I mean, there's the Lystrosaurus. We do need to do another set of eggs for both them and the Kauai. Why?
Asset delivered.
Okay, you are repairing that. Add task. Okay. Collect eggs. Alright, I'm on one of these to be male. Because this is going to unlock the research. It's either going to unlock the research or it's going to unlock the actual aviary nest completely. I'm not sure which. 5, 7. There we go. I wonder... I'm probably going to need to put another... Yeah, let me put a second nest in here. Or third nest, whatever it is. So that the Microceratus has one separate from the Lystrosaurus. The Microceratus, though, we don't have a male in place. So let's do that. Okay. Alright, so this is 4 species. Alright, we have no fossils. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time we have to put... Well, the monorail cost did go down thanks to the mod. Yeah, it's time. Oh, I don't think I put a mod into the Aviary. Storm defense. I don't have any others unlocked. Do restrooms don't get mods. Do shelters get mods? No, shelters don't get mods. Oh, I'll bet you're outside the maintenance. Crap. Okay. Collect eggs. Alright, we'll make you the male. Except I don't have any scientists that are available yet, so that's going to have to wait a minute. Alright, I want to do the large enclosure next. So let's find... Chunkingosaurus. That's a good start. Either that or him or the Brachy are the ones that I was thinking of. Yeah, there's the Brachy. Let's start with the Brachy. Oh, I need to speed things up. Sorry. We've got a total guest count of over 1,000, but unfortunately the breakdown of demographic isn't working in my favor for that one contract. I mean, I suppose I could replace it. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is set up a large enclosure, which I suppose I could go ahead and start doing. There's the monorail.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Lystrosaurus to the park.
Hyperloop? Oh, that's the next step from the... Okay. We do have thoroughfare path available to us now. We have large amenities available to us now. Oh yeah, attractions. That's not something I've done at all yet. I've got the activity center I could put in place. That could bring more guests. The innovation center as well. A dinosaur encounter. I've never actually set up a dinosaur encounter. I think that might be interesting. The lagoon viewing gallery I'm going to need eventually because I just don't have a lagoon at the moment. Oh, you can do viewing gallery upgrades. And then there's the tours, which I definitely want as well. I very much want to have the balloon tour. Alright, I've got an idea. That's not what I wanted. Ooh, Carrizo needs some love. Alright, let's take care of that. Alright, so let's train you. And then rest. Okay, we've got fossils. Ooh. 640k for buried treasure. Wow. Okay. So a 5. I'm gonna have to do this in 2 sets. Alright, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and start building out 2 things. I'm going to build out an activity center. Oh, hold on. Kaijar are now ready. Okay, we should now be able to research. No, that's hatchery. That's not what I want. It's under attractions? No, it's under guest. No. Oh, it's under enclosures. There it is. Aviary nests. I don't have enough scientists. I really need to put an aviary nest in. And then there's aviary hatchery upgrades as well. Maybe once these eggs are done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Kauai to the park.
Yeah, unfortunately, adding more of an additional species does not necessarily help us. I do need to get Tapajara genome as well. Alright, there's the monorail station available to us now. Once I get the large enclosure, I think then we can think about putting in the monorail station. I'm not going to worry about it until then. Alright, let's go ahead and... No, that's not what I want. Release via airlift.
En route to pick up the asset.
Okay. We need to do another brachy. Brachy was over here. Alright, I guess we're going to have to do this one. Alright, let's do the activity center now. Or the innovation center. Let's do the innovation center.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome the Microceratops to the park.
Assets in the air.
Okay. Okay, new viable genome. That's great, except for I want more than that. Okay. We got the Microceratus. Finally. Stupid contract.
To welcome a micro.
This good work is going straight on your permanent record.
Whatever.
I'm
dude.
kidding. There is no permanent record. Not one that's written down, at least.
We're almost up to 3 stars.
Confirming asset delivery.
No, I need a nest. Oh, okay, here we go. One more. Okay, so that'll unlock the nest. We've got the activity center. Okay, now I can start building the large enclosure. So... Okay. Well, and plus I was doing level 3, level 2s anyway. Alright, I might have to do this a little bit different. Okay, first of all, let me do this. Let me get this in here. Alright, so we've now got an aviary nest. Excellent. Medium electric fence. Okay.
Staying prepared and vigilant means getting tasks done as efficiently as possible. I trust that's how you'll handle this objective.
All right, we'll do the research large herbivore dig site 2. Get the most from it. We need to put a gate. Okay.
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
We're gonna need another. No, they're saying I'm only using 38 out of 60. I don't understand why I would be having power outages. Oh, they're considering the fence line as power outages. That's why. I haven't extended. Okay, this is easy enough to do. So we'll put... this right there. Like that.
After an unexpected
Yeah, so that gets me to 45 out of 60.
restored across the site.
All right,
Thank you
so...
for your patience and understanding.
I think in this scenario, I'm going to put a hatchery here. Like so. We're going to put the viewing gallery like so. And then we're going to run the path like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have added a new viewing gallery, ready for you to observe our magnificent animals.
All right, and that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. I think this is perfect. We're setting ourselves up for the brackies. I've got more work to do. For example, I need to get pathway to this particular hatchery so that we can actually start synthesizing the Brachiosaurus. Actually, are we ready to synthesize the brackies? 74%. Okay. Oh, we have more fossils. Okay, sell. Okay, so that'll be running. Don't I have the ability to... Yes, increased output. There you go. Output by 50%. It's now got 90 available to it. That's fantastic. It means I don't have to put in a second small power station for a bit. And maybe by the time I do, I can actually replace this one with a medium. That would be very nice. Let's go ahead and kick off one additional research before I leave. We need the large herbivore dig site 2. Herbivore. There it is. All right, 3 and there we go. So kick that off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Kauai
Almost 450K in profit. It's up by 100K since the last time it showed us. Yeah, we still don't have a 100% brachy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Microceratus to the park.
Microceratus has been born. Yeah, we're going to have to put in another... Let's see, let's go ahead and do that now. Open all shelters.
Mission accomplished. And the debriefing is nice and straightforward on this one. You did great work.
I don't know what I did great work for, though. Damaged shelters. A software failure has caused damage to the shelter doors. The incoming storm makes this a pressing issue. Fix the shelter immediately. Lose 100K and all scientists are going to be exhausted. Yeah, we've got to. We got a lot of other problems, though. Alright, so our brachy is complete. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. This is a perfect place to wrap up the episode. We'll have to see how this pans out in the next episode of Jurassic World Evolution 3 on our Sandbox island of Kauai. So far, things are going, well, up until this very moment, things were going pretty well. I've got, I think it's 4 different species currently, planning out for a 5th. We've got some cohabitation going on between the Lystrosaurus and the Microceratus. We are going to put in some cohabitation between the Kauai and the Tapejara. I just have to do some expeditions for the Tapejara. I also want to start moving toward a medium carnivore enclosure, as well as a lagoon enclosure. So those are going to be the next 2 major enclosures that we're going to look at. But we can now start to think about putting in the monorail. Start thinking about putting in a balloon tour as well. So stuff for us to look forward to in the next episode. As always, I hope you've been enjoying the content. And if you have, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Talk to you soon.